Hi students, let's look at this question here, which was taken from the year 2015 VJC Paper 2 question 11. I believe this question is on normal distribution. So a supermarket sells two different types of apples, Granny Smith and Fuji. The masses in grams of each type of apples are followed the normal distribution as below. So these are the distribution here. Two Fuji apples are chosen for a probability that their masses differs by at least 20 grams. So the thing now is essentially what we need to do is just define. So I'll just say that let G and F be the mass of a randomly chosen Granny Smith and Fuji apple, Granny Smith apples respectively. Yeah. Okay, so this is it. So once done, that's pretty okay. Just need to define first. So I would suggest we just put in grams, okay, because sometimes the questions will come out whether it's in kg or in whatever. So it's always good to just write down the mass in grams. So G, just this curly line here, 150, and that will be our standard 11.7 square, and F normal, and this is 180, 15.2 square. Okay, so there you go. So correct part 1, two Fuji apples are chosen for a probability that their masses differs by at least 20 grams. So this is the first part. The required probability is very important. You are looking at two Fuji apples, right? So if two Fuji apples are chosen, means two apples are involved, so it's F1 and F2. Alright, that is very important. Now find the probability that their masses differs by at least 20 grams. So differs just means modulus. Because it could be, why is it modulus? Because F1 minus F2, F1 can be heavier, F2 can be heavier, so it doesn't matter which one is it, but both can be heavier. Okay, differs just means, so if you merge these two up, it will just be F1 minus F2, differ by at least 20 grams. So this will be, sorry, this is 20, by at least 20. So this will be bigger than 20. This is the main thing here. Alright, so once this is at least, you can put an equal sign there, but because it's continuous, it doesn't really matter. So what we're going to do is actually just write this down. Required probability is P at least, so it's F1 minus F2 and at least 20 here. Okay, so this case here, if you were to do this properly, this is 1 minus P, F1 minus F2 less than 20. And we're just going to put minus P minus 20 to F1 minus F2, 20. Great. So this case here, once done, I'm going to just write this down as F1 minus F2. So we know that F1 minus F2, the mean will be 0 because the expectation is just, so this will be twice of 15.2 square. Alright, that's pretty okay. So once done, we're just going to key this in calculator. I think it's pretty okay. So we will have 0, and just root this for, I'm just keying calculator for you to see. Alright, here, so what we do is second distribution, normal CDF. Okay, and sorry, this is binomial CDF. So normal CDF, and the lower will be negative 20, and the upper limit will be 20. The mean will be 0. And this will just be square root of 2, 15.2, so 15.2 square. Alright, so this is it. Key in 1 minus this will be 0.3521. So this is 0.3521. Okay, this is 3SF. That's how we do this question here proficiently. Let's look at the second part.